Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial, we are going to be making these Potpourri sachet bags. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's just, if you just say sachet or if you say sachet bag. I don't know. Anyway, what this is it's a little mesh bag inside of the crocheted bag that we make, and then inside that mesh bag you can see I've got some potpourri. Now, the reason I wanted to make these was because the first episode of the vintage crochet magazines that I had showcased, I guess, or flipped through with you guys, they had a potpourri bag in it, and I thought that was so cool, so I decided to design my own. Now, these are super easy to make. It takes just a little bit of supplies. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. So what I used was, I love this yarn, super soft sport weight. So any size 3 weight is gonna work. And then I used a 4mm crochet hook, and then just scissors, yarn needle. Now make sure your yarn needle has an eye big enough for your ribbon, and I'll show that in just a second. And then you're going to need a stitch marker, okay? I highly recommend the stitch marker. It can be a little bit of a pain in the butt with your stitches. And then you're going to need these little mesh bags. Now, I'll put a link in the description box for Amazon where I bought these, but it's just a little drawstring mesh bag, and that's what we're going to put the potpourri in. And then, also down there in the description box, I'm going to put a link to the bag of ribbon that I got off Amazon. And the reason I want to do that is because so much of this ribbon matches perfectly with these mesh bags. So I highly recommend that. And then you're going to need some potpourri. So I got this off Amazon, and I love the smell of it. It's called the Old Candle Barn Fresh Linen. Man, does it smell good. When I opened the box, the Amazon box that came in, holy cow, it's like, wow. And that's it. That's all the supplies you're going to need. So any 3-weight yarn, and then I'll put links in the description box for the ribbon and the little mesh bags, and then that potpourri if you want that. And yeah, that's all the supplies you're going to need. Now, my girls are really excited about these because they're going to put them in they told me they wanted them so they could put in their volleyball bags, so they can put in their cars, so they can put in their lockers. So, all mine are pretty much gone. But you guys can see my little color combinations that I've come up with. I'd have to say probably the gold and black, and then we make this one together, which is like a peachy color and gray. Are probably my favorite, or maybe that red. I don't know. These 4 are my favorite. These 4 right here. I love that color combination. Anywho, that's it. Get your supplies together and let's get started. All right, to get started, get a slip knot on your hook and then chain 18. Okay, I have a hair. I can see it. So get your chain of 18 done. And come back here, and we are going to get started with row 1. So we're going to work 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from our hook. So we got 1, 2, 3, and right there's 4. So double crochet into your 4th chain, and then double crochet into that very next chain. So technically what we're going to have here is 3 doubles, which we actually only have a chain 3 and 2 doubles, but that's going to be our 3 doubles right there, okay? All right, chain 2, skip 2 chains, double crochet into the next, and double crochet into the next 2. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next 3. chain 2, and you should have three chains left. We're going to skip 2, and into that very last one we're going to go in there and we're going to work 3 doubles into that very last chain. Chain 2, and now rotate your chain, because now we're going to work down the opposite side. We're going to work down the remaining loops of our chain. But before we do that, we're going to go right back into that last chain again and work 3 doubles. I'm going to work over my tail now too, the best you can anyway. Alright, now chain 2. So now we're just going to go right into the bottom of these double crochets and work 1 double. So if I take my hook, I'm trying to hold this. If I take my hook and just set it right where the legs of that double crochet goes into that chain and just pop it through there, right there's the remaining loops of the chain that we're going to work around. And into the next one, right like that, and then into that last one, right like that. So all you need to do is just set your hook where the legs of your double crochet meet the chain and push it, and it'll pop right through, and then you can work around the remaining loops of your chain. Okay? So chain 2, and now we're going to work 1 double into the bottom of those next 3 double. 1, go to the next one, 2, go to the next one for 3. Chain 2, jump to that next one, 1, 2, and right there's that last one for 3. Chain 2, and now we're going to double into the bottom of the next double. Double crochet into the bottom of that next double right there. And now we're going to work a double into the bottom of that chain, which it's not going to be the easiest thing to see, but if you look right there, there's the side loop of the first chain. And I'm just going to go right in there. And if you don't get it, like it kind of wants to stretch a little bit, and see right there, like if you don't want to do that, you can go right back into where you just worked that last double crochet. It's not going to hurt anything if you can't. What I meant is if you can't see that chain. Alright, so now we're just going to chain 2, and we're going to rotate back around. So now we're back to the 2 double with that chain 3 right there. We are going to slip stitch right to the top of the chain. I don't have a needle. Yeah, I do. So what we've got here is we've got the top of that double right there. We have the top of that middle double, and right there is the side of that chain, the top of the chain 3, that side loop, the top of that chain 3 that we're going to slip stitch into, okay? And you don't have to get it perfect. Just we need to be not in that middle double. So I'm just going to go right in there and slip stitch. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that middle double crochet. Okay, so you should have, that was round 1, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, right there on that end, 5, 6, 7, and then on this end, 8 chain 2s, all around for round 1, okay? Alright, so now we're going to move on to round 2. We're going to chain 1 and go right back into that double that we slip stitched into with a single crochet. Single crochet right back in there. Now I highly recommend to use a stitch marker because it is super easy to get lost on that single crochet. I've made 3, 6, 7, 8. This will be my 9th one, and I'm still, every time I use a stitch marker, because it's just super easy to get confused. Okay, or well, use whatever you guys use to mark your stitches. All right, so the first stitch of round 2, we're single crochet right back into that double that we just slip stitched into. And now we're going to come to that chain 2, and we're going to work 5 double crochet in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to come down, and in the middle double crochet of that set of 3, we're going to work a single right into the top of that middle double. Okay, and that is pretty much what we're going to repeat around. Single into the middle double of the set of 3. Into the next chain 2, we're going to go in with 5 double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single into that middle double of the set of 3, the second double. 5 double into the chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single into the second double. 5 double into the chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single into that second double. 5 double into the chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single into the second. 5 double into the next chain 2. 3, 4, and 5. Single into the second double or the middle. 5 double into the chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single into that next, or the middle double or the second one, however you want to look at it. And then you got one more chain 2 right there. We're going to work our 5 double into. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we're going to slip stitch to that single crochet we have marked. Now I'm just giving it a little bit of a tug so when I take my stitch marker out I can see it. We're going to slip stitch right to there. Alright, now that is the end of round 2, and that is what your piece should be looking like. And we should have 8 5 double crochet shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and right there's 8. Alright, so now we're going to move on to round 3. We're going to slip stitch to the next double, and then we're going to slip stitch to the next double. So we are in the second double of the set of 5. So chain 1, and we're going to double crochet right back into there. And then we're going to double crochet into the next and into the next. So what we did was just double crocheted into the second, third, and fourth double of that set of 5. And I'm going to go ahead and mark my first double so I don't lose it. Alright, now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to skip the next 3. 1, 2, 3. So that leaves us starting at the second, and then the next is third and the fourth double crochet of the set of 5. So we just skip 3, double crochet into 3. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. And the reason I say skip 3, double crochet into next 3 is some people it's a little easier for them, but for me it's easier just to look and find my doubles. Well, I can see right there is the 5th, so that tells me there's the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. There's where I start. That's the way my mind works. I know it can be confusing, so I want to make sure everybody, chain 2, I want to make sure everybody knows, you know, the way they learn is the way that I'm going to teach it for each person, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we either skip the next 3, or you can look and see there's your 5th, 4th, 3rd, and there's your 2nd. Did I confuse you yet? Oh geez. Alright, chain 2, skip 1, 2, 3, there's your next, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, skip, skip those 3, double into the next 3. Chain 2, skip 3, double into the next 3. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, skip 3, double into the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we chain 2. And what we're skipping is the last double, that single, and the first double. The only thing is there's slip stitches in there too. So it looks like there's a big cluster of stitches right here that's more than 3, but there's not. There's that last double, the single crochet, and the first double that we slip stitched into. So we're just going to chain 2 and come right straight across and slip stitch to the first double crochet of the round that we have marked. Slip stitch right in there. Alright, so that was the end of round 3. And those 2 rounds are what we are going to repeat and repeat and repeat. So I'm going to go ahead and work round 2 with you guys again. So we slip stitch into the first double, slip stitch into the next double, chain 1, single crochet right back in there. And then we're going to stop and mark that so we don't lose that single, and then jump straight into that chain 2 with 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come down and single crochet into the middle of the set of 3 doubles, single crochet into the middle double crochet of the set of 3 double crochet. Jump straight to that next chain 2 and work your 5 double. 3, I lost that. 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet into that middle double and 5 double into the next. So I am going to let you guys repeat that around. And I will meet you when I get to the beginning, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm coming around. I got my last chain 2 that I need to work my 5 double into. 1, 2, 3, split that, dang it. 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to come back and slip stitch to the single crochet I got marked right there. And that is the end of my round 2 repeat, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's round 4. So now we're going to repeat round 3. So we slip stitch to the first double of our shell, slip stitch to the second double of our 5 double shell, chain 1, and now we're going to double crochet right back in there, double crochet into the next 2. Stop and mark that, chain 2, skip 3, double crochet into the next 3. And that is your repeat for round 3. Chain 2, skip 3, double crochet into 3. Chain 2, skip 3, double crochet into the next 3. Chain 2. I'm just going to stick with, well, no, I'm not. I'll be right back. I'm going to get that done off camera, and I'll come back when I get back to my stitch marker. Okay, I made it back around. I worked my last 3 double, chain 2, and now I'm skipping all these slip stitches and the next 3 stitches with the 3 slip stitches. Anyway, skip all that and slip stitch to that first double crochet, and then you're going to repeat round 2 and then repeat round 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to repeat 2 and 3 for round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 5, 4, so 9 times. Keep repeating that until you have a total of 14 rounds. So right here we have 1, here we have 2, here we have 3, here we have 4, here we have 5. So round 6 is 2, 7 is 3, 8 is 2, 9 is 3. Like, I'm getting confused. Trying to remember what number on each of them. Let me look at my pattern here. Alright, so 6 is 2, 7 is 3, 8 is 2, 9 is 3, 10 is 2, 11 is 3, round 12 is 2, round 13 is 3, and the last round, 14, is going to be the repeat of round 2, which is the double crochet round, okay? So get your rounds done, your round repeats done, and I will come back once I get my 14th round done, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished round 14. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So I worked my last set of 5 doubles, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet of the round. Chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. So I am going to take a minute and go ahead and weave in these ends. I should have weaved the one in the middle end sooner, but I got on a roll and didn't pay attention to it. So all I'm doing is I'm gonna run the legs, or run the needle through the legs of that shell. It's right through there. Go back. Call that good. I'll flip it inside out. I'm gonna get this tail. Alright, now I'm going to flip it back out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take my ribbon here, untie it, and I'm just going to lay, I want the bow obviously to be in the middle, so I'm going to just set it right in the middle, unwrap, going around, come back to the front. I'm just going to go past my beginning about a good 4 or 5 inches and cut. Now make sure your needle has an eye that's wide enough that you can thread the ribbon onto your needle. Just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this in and out of the double crochet and the single crochet from round 12. So the double crochet shells right there, that's 14. The 3 double and chain 2s, that's 13. And then right here, the shell and the singles, that's round 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle, and I'm just going to start right there, right where I want the bow. And I'm just going to weave in and out stitches. I'm not paying attention to how many I do, or how many I skip, I should say, not do. Just run it through there. And stop like that, and just keep going. Just weaving it in and out, in and out. Alright, so now I'm back to where I started. So I'm going to even out my tails right here. Okay, so now I'm going to insert my little mesh bag. Then you can go ahead and put your potpourri in it, but I'm not going to put potpourri in this one. I'm going to tie this top shut. I'm just going to tuck these strands down inside, and now I'm going to tie the little bag closed. I need my mesh bag to be in there farther. There. I'll just tie it in a bow. And there we go. There's your little potpourri sachet bags. Isn't that cute? I wish I knew how to tie a prettier bow. Okay guys, that is it. That is your little adorable potpourri. Is it sachet bag or just potpourri sachet? Like sachet meaning bag, so to say potpourri sachet bag would be repeating bag. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. Thank you so very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next from me. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed, and then after you subscribe, click that bell, and then a little drop down list is going to come, and then click all. So that way you get notified for anytime I reply to one of your comments, anytime I post a video, anytime I post a post. And check out that description box. I have links down there to my Etsy shop, to my Facebook, to Instagram, to Twitter, my email address, all kinds of goodies down there for you guys. So check that out too. And that's it for me for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.